Hello everyone, good morning. I guess it's noon here on the West Coast or East Coast, but for most of the people on the States, we still AM. We're here live again on the third week of March for weekly chart announcement. Just gonna wait a couple of minutes until we have more people. And it really feels like spring finally. Hello. I feel like traditionally for previous years, March was still not really spring, but I don't know, at least here in the East Coast, it's really warm. Since you can't really go anywhere with other people, might as well just enjoy warm weather, just watch nature and enjoy. Looks spring today. Yeah, I think spring also comes with sort of a rainy weather too. So it's slightly raining today. I think it's cloudy outside for me, but hopefully it's a nice weather for everyone. Um, see for Wait for a couple more minutes and we'll get started on announcing HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart of third week of March. Okay, are we ready to roll? Great. Hello everyone. We will announce the world's one and only real-time chart, HANTEO Charts weekly physical album chart, starting now. This is your host Joe, as usual. And if you're curious about K-pop album sales, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the weekly album chart rankings of the third week of March. So starting with the 10th place, 10th place of HANTEO Charts weekly physical album chart of third week of March was taken by WhosfanTV. WhosfanTV's recent album, Take Over the Moon, the sequel, was sold 1,641 copies in the last week. As you know, this album is sort of a tribute to all the fans. It's a sequel, so it has all the tracks that were on Take Over the Moon, the album, but also has a commentary, sort of a message to the fans in the album that is only available in the physical album. And because of that, I think members are interacting with the fans a lot on social media as well. And through the official video, one of the members, Kun, released the self-composed ballad song that he wrote. It's not completed, but he sort of showed as a work of progress to the fans. And obviously fans, I'm sure everybody does, like love the behind the scenes stories or sort of, you know, seeing your favorite artists being an artist in in studios or writing songs, that kind of thing. So I think it was really well received by the fans. And yeah, so hopefully we're waiting for the next album as well from WhosfanTV. So hopefully that new song would be in the album, perhaps, maybe. So yeah, that was WhosfanTV in 10th place of HANTEO Charts weekly physical album chart of their week of March. Take Over the Moon sequel, the album, was sold 1,641 copies in the last week. Yep, moving on to the 9th place. 9th place of HANTEO Charts weekly physical album chart of third week of March was taken by MCND. MCND's Into the Ice Age album was sold 1,658 copies in the last week. So we talked about their fan signing event. That was virtual, so it's not fan signing, it's like a virtual meet and greet kind of deal. So that was successfully wrapped up and it became sort of like a huge topic online. Fans talking about how unique it was, the experience was, and yeah, so maybe a lot of the more groups would maybe do this. That'll be fun. Instead of not doing it at all, I think it's better to do something for the fans, especially you're stuck in your room with no one. So it might be a fun experience for other fans too. So maybe the others will follow suit. So that was MC&D. Into the Ice Age album that placed 9th place in HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of the week of March. Was sold 1,658 copies in the last week. Moving on to the 8th place. 8th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of March was taken by IZ*ONE. IZ*ONE's Bloom Eyes, the album, was sold 2,012 copies in the last week. And with this album, I think IZ*ONE is breaking a lot of records, both self-records and basically the K-pop record for girl groups as well. Their cumulative album sales in the past month, because it's been a month since the release, exceeded 400,000 copies, which is basically a new record for K-pop girl groups. And we've previously talked about how they broke the initial Chodong record, which is the first week sales amount among girl groups, which was about 350,000 copies. So they are, I guess, since it's already been 400,000 copies, might as well, shoot for 500,000 copies with this latest album, Bloom Eyes. Obviously doing very well, supported well by WhosfanTV. Yeah, amazing record. I think girl groups are only going to go up, especially the ones that are new, and also we support all the previously existing girl groups as well. So love seeing girl groups doing well on the chart. And here we go, IZ*ONE on the 8th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of March. Bloom Eyes album was sold 2,012 copies in the last week. This weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time music chart, and it gathers all the album sales data from all over the world. So if you have purchased an album last week to support your artist, that purchase has been counted towards this week's weekly physical album chart result. And moving on to the 7th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart result of the week of March was taken by DPR Live. DPR Live's Is Anybody Out There album was sold 2,724 copies last week. So for those who have no idea or have not heard about DPR Live before, he is a rapper singer in Korea, and this is actually his first full-length studio album since his debut. So I believe he debuted in 2017. Like I said, he's a rapper, so he does hip-hop, R&B type of music, and this album is also full with those kind of genre. And I would say it's more of sort of on the mellowy side of hip-hop and R&B, which I think fits the weather really well too. And the thing to note about this album is that it is purely produced by DPR Live and DPR crew, his crew, and no featuring of other artists. So you can truly feel what kind of music that he is aiming for, and this would be a good chance to get into him. And I believe he also went on to world tour last year and sold out a lot of the tickets worldwide, in fact. So maybe some of the fans internationally who are watching this video might recognize him. And here it is, his first full-length studio album. So definitely give it a listen. Somebody mentioned that he has featured with Suzy. Yes, he has featured a lot of different artists previously, I believe. Suzy, different hip-hop artists like Crush, I believe he also did previously. So yeah, definitely check him out. it is on different streaming services here in the US and internationally, I believe, as well. So definitely check it out. Use DPR Live. In 7th place of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart, 3rd week of March. The album Is Anybody Out There was sold 2,724 copies in the last week. Moving on to the 6th place. 6th place of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart, 3rd week of March, was taken by Victon. Victon's The Album Continuous was sold 3,225 copies in the last week. And I guess this week they finally made their first win as a full group, 7-member full group, after their debut of, I believe, about more than 3 years actually. So this is their first win as a full group. Congratulations with the title track, Howling. And we talked about Howling a lot last week. It's a sensual, amazing track. I think it almost fits every mood. If you're into more of an exciting part of the day or more of a chill part of the day, somehow magically fits all the moods. So yeah, the title track, Howling, is amazing. Oh, somebody said Victon did an event with Who's Fan. Great, yeah. Is there a video on this channel for Victon? That would be cool. Hopefully everybody checks it out. But yeah, so as I was saying, this is their first one as a full group. They did win music show win with the Nostalgic Night, but that was not a full group. So this is their technically first win as a full group with Victon. And yeah, so they're still actively promoting on music shows, so please support them. Yeah, so there is a video on the channel, so yeah, definitely check it out if you're an Alice. So that was Victon in 6th place. On to charts, weekly physical album chart, 3rd week of March. In 6th place, Victon's Continuous album was sold 3,225 copies in the last week. And this weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time chart. And if you are enjoying watching this live video or just interested in learning about K-pop album sales, rankings, fun, cool videos like the Victon video that we just talked about, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. And moving on to the 5th place of 3rd week of March in terms of weekly physical album chart result was taken by Astro. Astro's one and only The Album was sold 4,278 copies in the last week. So like we said last week, this album is sort of a tribute to all the fans, Arohas, how Astro basically loves them. They have very touching lyrics as well. And I guess because the album is celebrating their debut anniversary and the fans, they're doing a lot of the fan interaction online as well. And through the live video last week, Moonbin has performed like a short cover dance of all the different groups and the cover dances that fans always wanted to see. Among some of them were ITZY's Wannabe, which is the hot new song these days, NCT 127's Kick It, of course, among others. So yeah, so I think it's fun to see. I think it's always fun to see the artists sort of supporting each other and sort of performing cover songs or dances, and it's always fun how they give their own spin. So great to see. Hopefully Astro continues to remain on the chart with this amazing tribute album to the fans. And yeah, so that was in the 5th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of March, taken by Astro's one and only album that was sold 4,278 copies in the last week. Yeah, so moving on to the 4th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of March was taken by Sejong of Gugudan. Her album Plant was sold 4,596 copies in the last week. And this is her first album that's only consisted of her songs written by Sejong herself. Obviously, she's a talented singer, but also an amazing composer, as you can tell from this album. And the title track is also called Plant, and the music video's out there as well. I think the first impression of the video is it's very beautiful. It uses a lot of the different colors that I think it sort of fits a spring as well, but it's sort of modern because it has a sort of like a neon lighting feeling. And the song itself is soft, mellow, like what you would expect from Sejong usually. But I think her vocal is amazing as well. I think that's also as usual. So definitely give it a listen. And her lyric, I think the things I love the most about Sejong's song is her lyrics are really beautiful. It does it again. It sort of makes a metaphor of the plant, like the title, to the love. So definitely give it a listen. And to I guess support Sejong's music show appearance, Chungha, as you know, they was a single group in the IOI days, came to support her, so that was really good to see. And I'm sure you've seen the photos online on social media, which was really cute. So yeah, beautiful song, beautiful people. Yeah, and beautiful voice. There you go. So yeah, that was in the fourth place, very high, which makes my heart warm. Fourth place of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart of third week of March was taken by Sejong of Gugudan. Her album Plant was sold 4,596 copies in the last week. Yep, and on the third place already of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart of third week of March was taken by BTS. BTS's Map of the Soul 7 album was sold 6,973 copies in the last week. So still doing well on the charts. I guess their world tour is approaching, and unfortunately the COVID situation is only getting worse outside, I guess, of Asia, Europe, of course, and the US and Americas as well. So they have postponed their ticket sales for the Europe tour due to the virus, and although they have planned a lot of the different stops in London and Netherlands, Germany, Spain, etc. But hopefully, if the situation dies down, then they can start with the ticket sales and move on with the concert plans again. Yeah, so I guess we're in the States too. We're still waiting to see if it'll be held as scheduled or not. But hopefully the situation gets better soon. Like regardless of the K-pop concerts, really, it's a really serious pandemic situation right now. So yeah, so I think BTS is still doing well in terms of the music shows, even without appearing on the show with the album and the title track. Obviously doing very well on the digital chart as well, and as you can see in the physical album chart as well. So third place of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart, taken by BTS, the album Map of the Soul 7, that was sold 6,973 copies in the last week. Yep, and we're already on the top 2 of this week's physical album chart result. And as you know, this result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time music chart. And if you are interested in just listening to different news about K-pop happenings in the industry, and also interested in chart results and among other things, like we occasionally have interviews with the artists too with this channel, so please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you are a K-pop fan. Okay, so moving on to the second place of the third week of March, the weekly physical album chart results announced by HANTEO Chart. Second place was taken by ITZY. It's Me, the album, was sold 9,217 copies in the last week. Yay, another girl group high on the chart, and they are doing very well in terms of promotions in music shows as well. They placed first, and they won the music show in M Countdown as well as in Higayo last week. And since, given that they're a relatively new group, it's amazing how they can claim first win for the week, and they thanked obviously the fans Mitzi for the support of winning the music show. So yeah, like we talked about last week, their title track is called Wannabe, and it is about self-affirmation. Great song and exciting too. So definitely a song to lift up your mood if you are feeling a little bit down because of the weather or being stuck at your home. So definitely support ITZY. And yeah, that was in second place of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album charts of third week of March, taken by ITZY. The album is called It's Me. Sold 9,217 copies in the last week. People are saying some things. Did you saw ITZY members MBTI? Did they do that? I think everybody should take MBTI tests. I don't know. I'm like a crazy believer in MBTI tests, so I love seeing my favorite K-pop idols taking the tests and just like guessing their personalities. That's my thing. There were 2 ENFJs. Is somebody ENFJ in the chat? Yeah, so I think it's a fun thing, like a fun activity. Like since everybody's stuck at home, can't really go out, like might as well do a lot of different things. There were a lot of different suggestions online, I think. I think we could make those famous coffees that you have to like stir like 2,000 times or whatever. Like you could do that. You can take MBTI tests. What else? Any suggestions that K-pop idols can do while we're all in a lockdown and not being able to go out? But yeah, I think a lot of the K-pop idols could do like fun lives, so to, you know, spend some time with the fans online since it's 21st century and we don't have to go out necessarily. But yeah, we're only left with top place in the weekly physical album chart, and the first place topped the chart of the weekly physical album chart of the week of March was by NCT 127. NCT 127's their album called also NCT 127 Neo Zone was sold 71,393 copies in the last week. And as you know, their title track is called Kick It. In Korean, it means hero. And their performance video was released not too long ago. And it is sort of a mashup of the performance in that set that they took the music video. So it's not like a dance practice video, but it is a proper, really cool, yellowy looking performance video. It's very cool, and obviously they're actively promoting, so they are appearing on one of the radio shows in Korea, and talked about their promotion and their title track and activities. So that was cool, and hopefully they do well on like different charts and music shows as well. Obviously they're doing super awesome on the physical album side. I guess thanks to support from fans all over the world. And yeah, so somebody's saying love their performance these days for sure. I think they always had like great performances. I think it's very unique, like their music. Like I have to admit that I didn't necessarily like their music previously because it was like so new, I guess, like their name, but you're sort of getting used to it and you sort of expect it's gonna be something very new, along with the performance too. So yeah, that's NCT for you, and NCT 127 particular plays first, top the chart in this week's weekly physical album chart. And their album NCT 127 Neo Zone was sold 71,393 copies in the third week of March. Yay, so that was everyone on this weekly physical album chart, and we're gonna announce them from top to bottom again for a top 10 to celebrate them and congratulate them and support them. So here we go. First place of third week of March, 100 charts, weekly physical album chart was taken by NCT 127. NCT 127 Neo Zone album sold 71,393 copies. In second place, ITZY, It's Me album was sold 9,217 copies. And in third place, BTS Fabulous Soul 7 album was sold 6,973 copies. And in fourth place, Sejong's from Gugudan, her album Plant was sold 4,596 copies. And in fifth place, Astro, One and Only, the album was sold 4,278 copies. And in sixth place, Victon Continuous album was sold 3,225 copies. In seventh place, Deep Here Live, Is Anybody Out There? The album was sold 2,724 copies. In eighth place, Eyes One, Blue Eyes, the album was sold 2,012 copies. In ninth place, MC&D, Into the Ice Age, 1,658 copies sold. And last but not least, WhosfanTV, Take Over the Moon sequel album was sold 1,641 copies in the third week of March. So all the artists on this list, congratulations. Somebody saying today is AT's Yuna's birthday. Congratulations, happy birthday. I believe it's also Renju from NCT Dream's birthday too, March 23rd. So congratulations. Congratulations everyone who's having a birthday today, 23rd. And yeah, so that was it for the chart announcement. And if you're curious about learning about K-pop album sales and just K-pop news in general, definitely check out the WhosFan app on your app store. If you download the app, you can check the real-time, weekly, daily, monthly album chart results right there. So especially if you have an artist who you are supporting who just released an album, you can check the real-time charts to see how well they're doing worldwide, because it's counting all the album sales all over the world. So definitely check it out. And also please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you are enjoying listening and watching me just blabbing about weekly album chart results. And we'll be back on the same time next week to talk about, I guess, that at that point it is fourth week of March or first week of April. Time flies. So yeah, we'll be back, and thank you as always watching today and following the third week of March weekly physical album chart announcement. And yes, definitely take care, everybody. Take care of your health, especially if you are an international fan watching outside of Korea. Don't go out, don't touch other people, and stay safe. And we will come back next week. Thanks for watching, and have a great week, everyone. And see you next week.